Hi, so I've been asked a few times about what do I think about lawyer reviews. Now, generally speaking, my answer is I think they're relevant, I think they're important, but it really depends on the kind of review we're talking about. And I divide reviews into two types: public reviews and peer reviews. And let me explain what I mean. Public reviews are the reviews that we see every day online, for example, like Google reviews. If you're an appliance store, if you're a restaurant, if you're a law firm, you can always click on to Google and you'll see, in some cases, a number of reviews about that business. Some are good, some are not good. Yelp is also another review site where you can look at various reviews about a business. These reviews are public because they're posted by the actual users of the service. So, for example, in the immigration context, people who've used immigration law firm service will be able to post a review on Google or on Yelp or even some other specific review sites about their experience. I think these reviews, public reviews, are super important because they tell others who are interested in the service what it was like. Now, of course, not every business is going to get a great review. Some businesses get pretty poor reviews I've seen. But overall, if you could take an average and you can get a sense by people's comments, it will give you an idea about whether or not the service is good and whether or not the service is for you. So I think public reviews are a great thing. It forces businesses to do a really good job because they're in the spotlight. And if they don't, expect a bad review. So I think it's a win-win for the consumer and for businesses who do a good job. Now there's the other type of review, which I call peer reviews. Now these are a little different. These are reviews that are solicited by different organizations. And essentially it's a situation where it's kind of like the Academy Awards, where you have a movie and you have members of the Academy who vote based on their opinion, and they take certain polls and they speak to various organizations, and they come up with an opinion as to who's the best, what's the best movie, who's the best director, etc. Similar concept with peer reviews. In the law business context, they will send polls out to our colleagues and things like that, and get an opinion as to the rating of the various lawyer. Those are important, but if I was a consumer of legal services, I would be more interested in public reviews than peer-rated reviews. For the simple reason is because I think there's an inherent bias. If you are a member of the New York State Bar, for example, and you're a well-known lawyer and you have a lot of connections and you're well-liked, I think chances are you're going to have a better review than someone who's relatively unknown. So businesses or in particular law firms that focus on the public, on the public's opinion, I think do a better job at informing the public as to whether or not they're the right service provider. And that's not to say that if you're highly rated in a peer review, it's a bad thing. Of course, it's a good thing. But I think from a public's perspective, to properly objectively evaluate the services of a law firm, it's best to go to what I would consider an unbiased source that really solicits the public's opinion, because after all, it's the public that's going to be using your services. So those are my thoughts on reviews. I think all businesses, whether or not you're a law firm or an appliance store, have to do a good job. They should really be aware that reviews are very important for future customers and clients. Hopefully that gave you some idea of as to the importance of